What's up, everybody? This is Josh over at Josh's Game World, and today we're going to be going over Detroit Become Human. I played the game all the way through. I didn't put just 15 hours this time. I felt really obligated to play this game all the way through, and I'll tell you guys the reasons why. The game is not exactly what I thought it was going to be. Everybody was talking about this game. This game blew up my Facebook, my Instagram, any advertising site that this game could be on, it was there. I had to pick the game up, figure out what all the fuss was about, and I thought it would be great for my game review. It's one of those like Mass Effect type of games where like you can choose what happens to your characters and then the story will change along the way. The only difference is there is no first-person shooter mode, there isn't any weapons that you can pick up, there isn't any leveling up, there isn't anything like that. There is absolutely like no gameplay to this game. The best way that I can describe this game is, you know, you're walking down the hall and it says, pick this cup up. If you get close to the cup and push up on the joypad, it'll grab the cup. So there's little interactions like that, but like I said, there's no guns, there's no items, there's no leveling up, there's no like bosses, there's nothing like that. This is a story mode game where the entire game is based off the story. So if you like those type of games, this game will be for you. You will get a very compelling, very complex, very twisty story, and depending on how you choose your characters, very interesting things can happen. The story has a lot of emotion. Like a lot of times I was playing and I got to like really hate some characters and I got to really love some other characters, and then they put me in really tough decisions that I had to make where like some characters would die and some characters would live. So you know, like The Walking Dead in season 7 where like Keegan kills one of the main characters at the end of the game. Imagine you're playing this game, right? But like you're Keegan, you have to decide which one of these characters dies and which one lives, and you like them all, you know what I mean? And so it's like you got to make decisions. They give you 10 seconds to decide, or like some default ability happens. If this was really like real life and this you're put in this scenario, like you only have a little bit of time to react. You don't have a lot of time. So the decisions that you make on the fly are gonna affect you later. And that's what I really enjoyed about this game, is how complicated the story is and how like the story just sucked you in and it made you feel a lot of emotions. The game is really good at make you hate the villains and love the heroes. Some of the scenes were just shocking. So these androids, they look like they're human, and sometimes they're getting killed, they're getting shot, they're getting abused, they're getting mistreated. Even though they're robots, you feel a lot of compassion for them, and they're trying to tell you, but I feel things, I love things, I don't want to die, I don't want to get shut down, like please don't. And then boom, they just shoot them anyway, and you're just like, what? Like, you know, it's crazy. The shock value is just tremendous. You're watching some of these cutscenes like, I can't believe they're showing this right now. So what this game lacks in gameplay, they make up for it in the story, which is fantastic. And they did an amazing job. And so I'm very conflicted when I'm doing this review, because I was expecting something completely different when I played the game. And what I got was surprising. If you guys have watched any of my other reviews, you'll notice that I always give fun a certain score out of 40 points as opposed to a score out of 10 points like all the other categories. And that's because I feel Is It Fun is a lot more important than a lot of the other categories. Like if the game is fun, then it should be given a proper score. And I feel that giving this category 30 extra points for fun is something that can help a game out if it doesn't have necessarily the best music, the best storyline, the best functionality, but hey, they came up with something really creative and it was actually a lot of fun. So for the fun category, was Detroit Become Human fun, in my opinion? And the answer to that question is no. I'm sorry, but I didn't enjoy playing it because I needed more gameplay, because I am the type of person that needs more gameplay. A lot of times the story was really dry. Like there was some parts that I just could not stand anymore. Like when Alice and Kara, there's three main characters, right? So there's Connor, Alice and Kara, and then there's Marcus. Of those three characters, like the middle one, the one with the mom and the little girl, and they're running away or whatnot, like it was so boring. Like it was just like miserable to play with. I'd be like, no, I don't want to play this scene. Like it was like I was dreading it. Like this review took so long for me to finish because I couldn't finish the game, because a lot of times it felt like work to do it. But because I was doing this review, it made me just keep pushing past the game. Just go past the game. Since there was no gameplay to talk about and there was only story to talk about, like I couldn't tell you if the game was fun or not, or I couldn't be like, oh, the story was amazing, because I didn't finish the game. And so like I need to know the way the story ended. If all this game is story, I need to know the way it ended so that I can give a proper review on it. I can't be like, oh, the story is great, it's so different and complex, and then be like, oh, did you finish it? No, I only got halfway through. You know, that's not very fair. So I felt like I had to finish this game, and I was just not enjoying it. I was just like, can we hurry up to get to the next cutscene, please? I'm more interested in the story. I don't want to do the little gameplay, the little picking up things and analyzing this and analyzing that. Like this game's all about story. Let's just get to it already. Like, stop making me go here, and the characters don't even run half the time. Like certain scenes they will run and certain scenes they will not run. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's so frustrating. I'm very glad that I chose to do this review for it because it made me experience it, right? This game is an experience. It's not a game for gameplay where you're gonna have an amazing time. It's just a different experience that you're gonna get. And I'm glad I went through it once, but I would never play this game through again. This game is designed to play over and over and over again, but some of those scenes were just so miserable to just go through that I could not bear to ever play them again, ever, 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 ever. So for the fun, the category, the way I scored it, it gets a 26 out of 40. Wah, wah, wah. Unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate because I was expecting like Mass Effect, you know? I was expecting like Assassin's Creed, like open world, like missions, side quests, bosses, leveling up, items, plus this complex story and everything. Maybe I'm asking for too much here, you know? But I really thought it was gonna be that way. Okay, so to be honest, when the game started, I was like, okay, this is a tutorial. I'm gonna walk around, I'm gonna search for items here, I'm gonna search for items over there, and then eventually, like, I'm gonna get to like roam the world. I'm gonna be able to pick up items. I'm gonna level up or something, right? And I was like, okay, maybe this is like a long tutorial. So the next scene happened, and then the next scene happened, and I'm like, okay, any minute now, this game is about to really start. You know what I mean? Like, I'm excited for like the game, the story is building up. Okay, where is it going? Where is it heading? When can I play with the character? When can I like open and explore the world? And then about like 10 scenes in, I was like, it's never gonna happen, is it, Detroit? And I felt like the game was just talking to me like, nope, it's never gonna happen. And I was just like, and then I didn't really want to play it anymore. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, the last 6 storyboards of this game were like, the characters finally intertwined together and amazing things happen, and I was at the edge of my seat with the story, you know? Like, it's like a movie, and it's a really great movie, but it's not a really great game. So for my next category, graphics, this one's only worth 10 points. Now keep that in mind. During the cutscenes, the graphics were incredible, but during the gameplay, they were just okay sometimes. And then I felt like some levels and storyboards were like 1000% better than some other ones. And some of them were just downright beautiful. Like, you'd play the game and you'd just be like, whoa, like you just wanted to like walk around, and you didn't even complain that you walked slowly because you were just taking in the scenery like, oh my God, this is amazing, you know? But then there was other ones that was like, whoa, they didn't put any detail or anything into this scene or whatever, right? So there was a little bit of some inconsistency going on with the graphics. But all the cutscenes and everything like that, those were fantastic. It really pushed the PS4 to like its limits. And I feel like this game completely utilized what the PS4 had to offer in terms of cutscenes for this game. They were amazing, amazing, amazing. So if not for the inconsistencies, it got docked a few points there. For the graphics category, 8.5 out of 10. That is how I'm grading this. And I think I've talked a lot about this already. But for the storyline category of this game, I give this game a 10 out of 10. That is everything this game is about. That is this game's bread and butter, is the story. It is so complicated. It is so in-depth. Like, if you want a good story, you want to play a game because you want to be entertained, the story is like what you live for, then this game is absolutely for you. This game, 10 out of 10. All right, so the gameplay and functionality category. Now this is a very important one for me because I want to like emphasize that I really, really disliked a lot of the camera angles and I really disliked when you're walking around you can't run. I really disliked that I would bump into like a rock in the middle of the road and I'm trying to get around it and I can't, like I'm stuck. My character doesn't, like, if the character was not responsive, I felt like for all the other departments, they got like, okay, you got $1 billion to work on the story, all right, you got $1 billion to work on the graphic, and you get like $10 to work on the functionality. You guys just, you know, we ran out of money, here you go, like make it work, make it happen. Not only do you have to like check every item, check every stone, like investigate everything, it wasn't user friendly to get from one end of the map to the other ones. And these maps are small, they're like little scenes. And like you have to like explore the crime scene, or you gotta explore the street, or you gotta explore the room. And it's like very hard to get into one room and then to get into the next room because the cameras and the way they flip and the camera angles and the gameplay, it was really frustrating. Like I was really frustrated all the time. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this game a 4 out of 10. Unfortunately, for the functionality. For my next category, creativity, did this game bring something new? Did this game bring something, you know, different that we've never seen before? And the answer is no. Like it didn't, you know what I mean? Like it enhanced a type of game that existed before and it like upgraded it completely. But is it something new and creative? No, it's just completely upgraded. And so with that being said, the creativiness of this game, I'm going to give this game a 5 out of 10. For the music category, it was fantastic. And I'll tell you why it was fantastic. For every scene, for every cutscene, for every, it felt like a movie. You know how like there's always the appropriate music for every scene. If it's like an intense scene, it's got like that build up suspense, like music coming on in the background. If it's like one of those moments where like he just freed all of the androids and everybody's happy and it's got that cheerful like 4th of July music in the background, like it is amazing. Like they did a really good job with the music. So for the music category, I'm giving this category a 10 out of 10. Good job, Detroit. I am really happy that they gave this game so much attention in this category. And then lastly, if you're into this game, if this is the type of game that you are into, there is an unlimited amount of replay value here. You could play this game over and over again and still have a different outcome at the end of the game, different cutscenes in the middle, different characters, different character interactions, and you're curious to see what happens and all the different choices you make and all the different outcomes you possibly could have. This game has excellent replay value. So I give this a 10 out of 10 for replay value. All right, so the final score for Detroit is 73.5, which isn't a bad score considering this game only got 26 points for the fun category. In the end, the game got a C in my book. For those of you who have different opinions, go ahead and leave those opinions in the comments, good or bad. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I'd love to hear all the feedback and get some discussion going about this game. And I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will catch you guys all next time. This is Josh over at Josh's Game World. Make sure to subscribe too and hit the little bell so you get notifications. That way when my game reviews are up, you can be like, oh, let's see what Josh has to say. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, take it easy.